Good morning, guys. Back in the emergency storage shed for another week. We're up to episode 165. We had a lot of really nice original Australian paintings last week, which I really enjoyed going through and researching, and judging from the comments you guys did too. Underneath those paintings, or next to those paintings, was a big box of metalware, like household stuff. Could be anything in that. So that's today's video. Let's go and grab it. So it's starting to open up against this wall, which is excellent. We could even have some blank wall space because, well, perhaps that shelf in the middle will go there next, just to enable me to sort things and keep it organised. All those shelves will eventually go. I don't want the shed full of flimsy metal shelves. But it helps me get organised, like all the remotes I've put up here. But now we've got this box. And then next we'll work our way along this shelf. Hang on, I'll swap positions so that you can see. So we've done the top of that rack up there. Then we'll get back onto the middle section, some of which has been put there in more recent times, but we need to make some decisions. And just making decisions is what this series is all about. Let's get this heavy box into the bench. I think it's pretty heavy. And what's it say? Don't think it's got anything to do with what's in it. There's a lot of metalware, household stuff. Could be some silver stuff. I doubt there'd be real silver, but we never know. So let's get it through to the bench and unpack it. Now this is quite a heavy box, as you would expect a box of metalware to be. It appears to be household stuff, candle holders, all sorts of things like that. So we could get some pretty good value. Now recently someone suggested that I up the tempo on cleaning out the emergency storage shed because a lot of it's going to be harder to sell when we don't have a shop. Yes, absolutely correct. My issue is, though, I have more stuff in storage at the shop than what I have here. And to my mind, that's much more important because I don't want to have to move it. Whereas here can sort of stay here until we're ready. But we'll try and get them both done, of course. Depends how long we're in the shop for. Hopefully it's quite a while. We won't really know until the auction's finished. And, you know, if it sells, then we're going to have a definite date to work to. And that will put us under pressure. If it doesn't sell, it may sit on the market for a while. I'm still going to stay committed to my regular something out of that shed every week because we are making progress. Okay, let's get into this box. Even some lamps, bit of everything. Okay, first impressions are that there's nothing I want to keep in here, which is good because it gets it all out of my place. I have a decent brass candlestick. Quite a hefty one. Possibly something like copper art, maybe made in India. There's no stickers on it, but I don't think it's overly old. Could be 1980s or 90s. Ah, there's a pair, good. Okay. All right, they look all right. I think we'll get reasonable money for them. I reckon there was a sticker there. Now, I can't quite read it, but I do think it's 1980s or 90s era for that pair of candlesticks. Okay, there's that's a little table comport, but the base is broken off it. So well, it's non-magnetic, so it's probably going to be chromed brass, I'd suggest. Let's try a file on it. It's no good to sell like that. And it does look yellowish underneath. It's a bit hard to tell with the bright reflective silver, but it certainly can go in the brass bin. So we'll get a bit of scrap out of this as well. A potato masher, don't see any value there. We have a box of utensils at the shop, usually for like 50 cents each. There's another one. And another one. That one's a bit older. It's got timber handles. Hong Kong, it says on it. So it's probably 1970s. Teak handles. We might get $5 for that. People do like the more vintage ones. The ones with the plastic handles will be in the 50 cents bin, I think. Might try $5 for that. It's retro. It's vintage kitchenware. Oops. There's a bit of kitchen stuff down the bottom. All right, we have some more candle holders or a candelabra. It looks particularly cheap. That will just be a die-cast metal. Yeah, I'd say that's just a cheap silver-plated die-cast. Probably will still sell okay. The candle holders will tighten up, they screw on. It's not something that would polish up very well. It looks like it has remains of polish on it. But eventually, if you polish these things, you just, oh, that's wax from a candle, I think. If you keep polishing them, you take all the silver finish off it. It's probably even been lacquered, the bottom part, so I wouldn't polish that at all. The top ones look a bit different. But yeah, there's more candle wax there. I'm going to put $10 on it. Someone will think it's a good buy for $10. There's certainly no real value for scrap, being a die-cast metal. So yeah, that's all right. We won't even clean that though. We'll just leave it as it is. Okay, what's this? It says made in Japan. Looks like a seat. It's missing something. It's got felt on the bottom. And it feels like some sort of die cast, but there might be more to that. Oh, hang on, what's this? I don't think that's part of it. Oh, maybe it is. No? I don't know if that belongs to, well, it kind of fits, doesn't it? Look at that. So maybe bookends. Yeah, well, that's where the hole is for his boot to go in. Ah, yes, it was attached. So I'm guessing it's just a 70s, maybe 60s era Japanese, rather tacky English influence bookend. It's obviously supposed to resemble Victorian times. Kind of cute. We could probably glue him back on pretty easily. Now I wonder if there's another one. We'll have to have a look in the box. Very unusual. Another comport here. This one says EPNS, so it's electroplated nickel silver. And that's actually in pretty good condition. Very shiny. All the plating still appears to be on it. I think we could sell that one. Maybe $10. It's not going to get a great deal. I'd say it probably dates to the 50s or so. It says Imperial, a Phoenix product. But it's definitely silver plate, that one. Alright. More kitchen stuff. Now, what's that one? Is that an egg whisk or something? I'm not totally sure. Obviously you hold it like that. I'm thinking an egg whisk. It's a different design than what you usually see. Hang on, it says something on it. Something blender. It's a pastry blender. Well, there you go. I don't know what a pastry blender even does. We might get 5 for that. I'm not sure. It looks to have a bit of age to it. Timber handle. And here we have a ice cube tray. But that's with it. What is that? I don't know what that is. Nice timber handle. Paint looks sort of 50s era with a decorative end on it. Is that for just making little pastry shapes? They seem very small. Let me know in the comments if you know what that is, because I don't. Now this ice cube tray, is that part of it? It looks like it would be, but it's the wrong size. I could see that being used as an ice cube maker because you could sort of separate them. But I think that's the wrong tray for it. So not sure if we can get some value there or it just goes in the aluminium bin. A classic 60s retro flour sifter in working condition. That's a ripper. The artwork is beautiful. Made in Australia. Has patent design numbers, ends in 71, so I'd suggest that, Candy is the brand. I'd suggest that's a 1971 era flour sifter. Very sort of flour power era from the, late 60s, early 70s. That'll certainly sell well. Probably even $15 to $20 for that one. Here we have a flask. I think it's pewter. Bessel. Is that like a French cathedral or something? It's quite weighty. I'm sure it's pewter. I'm thinking that will have better value than just scrapping for pewter. I'll take a photo of that so you can see it. Right, what else is in here? We have a stand for something. I think it goes that way. Just a timber type stand. Usually has a little like Classoni vase or something on it. Don't know if there's one in here or not. We do have some hurricane lamps. That one's got a broken shade, unfortunately. I have some spare shades at the shop. And this is an English-made one, made in England. Chelwyn, I think, is the brand. So that will sell okay. It's a shame the shade's broken. We could still sell it with that shade, actually. It's only got a bit of damage on one side. Most people don't use these. They just use them to hang up as decoration, in which case that's perfectly fine. So I don't know if I've got a spare shade that small. It is a slightly smaller one. I'll check the brand, but I think that's probably going to be $20 or $30, that one. Well, what's the other one? The other one looks to be just a made in China 70s era reproduction type one. They still work. It's still got a wick in it. Winds up and down. So this would actually still work as a lantern. But I usually sell these ones for $10 to $15. Probably just put 15 on that. Not as collectible, being made in China. Alright, what's this? This is a candle holder for lots of little candles. It almost looks like it's out of a church or something. It's a bit beaten up. A bit bent. Got a bit of age to it. And I don't know what that says. I might try and take a photo of that and see if AI can help me. It doesn't look to be a standard English type candle holder. Wow, we have some interesting old stuff in the bottom of this box. This has got something in it. It's obviously a Christmas themed tin with a polar bear, Santa and the reindeer, and there's a picture on the front. And yes, it is rattling. There's something in it. I'm trying to hold off as long as I can. Could be Santa Claus is a bit rough on the top. What's in it? Ah, just some... Oh, okay. There's a nail. But I think these other things they're lead. They're quite heavy. And I think they're miniature tanks. I've never seen these before in my life. So a miniature tank, but they're lead. So that's not going to be very safe for anyone to use or play with. Lead, of course, is quite a toxic compound. You don't want kiddies playing with that and then licking their fingers. Interesting. Very old bits in here. Here's another tin in slightly worse condition, but more stuff in it. What's in this one? Oh, okay, a bit of a mixture here. There's fluoro starters. They're just going in the e-waste bin. There's these big binding things for paper binding. Roller ball feet. They nail into the bottom of something and they've got a roller ball bearing on the bottom. Well, they will actually sell. There's a random wing nut. I don't even know what that is. Another nail, a couple of nails. We have, what's in here? The winder off a clock. I'll keep that. Yeah, just a real mixture there. Unfortunately, the tin's not too flash. It's a bit too far gone. Alright, a big brass piece here. This looks copper art-ish again. Probably Indian made. It's missing something. Perhaps it was... No, it wasn't a lamp. Maybe it was a candle holder and it's just missing the cup off the top. No, it's a decent piece of brass. Looks to have a dragon on the side. So maybe it's Chinese. Okay, there's more and more stuff in the bottom. Oh, this had a price tag on it. So this is it's actually a cast iron horse. I think it's cast iron. Yes, definitely cast iron. And it looks like it mounted on something. So maybe it was a doorstop and it went on a heavy base. But someone had $5 on it. This box may have come from the place where I bought the remainder of some charity shop stuff. Or it ended up in someone's garage and I don't know how or why, but that's a nice piece. I think it's worth more than $5. Okay, where to go next? Well, we have some egg rings. They're just aluminium. And here's a metal egg ring. These ones are good. I've used these. They're handy on a barbecue because you can pick them up with your fingers. These ones get way too hot, of course. Not much value there, though. Another potato masher. That's just a cheapie. Okay, more egg rings. a silver-plated glass holder. They usually had a glass that sort of went into these. Very ornate. It looks like it's got some commemorative thing on it. I'll have to check that out a bit more. There's dates there. Don't know. Another silver plate cup here. This is Rod. Silverplate. Rod is an Australian company. It's almost like a little christening mug. It doesn't fit in anything I've got here. Big piece of brass here. It's, I don't know what this is. It's kind of not really a jug. Maybe it is. Just an ornamental piece. Maybe it mounted onto something. It looks a bit unfinished underneath. But we'll get something for that. Better than scrap brass, I think, anyway. Oh, that's the base for the one we had earlier. That's underneath all the stuff on the desk now. So that'll just be scrap. It does say EPNS, but it can go in the brass bin. A little metal serviette holder. Silver plate again. Feels pretty light and flimsy. And it's actually steel underneath the silver plate, so probably just in the 50 cents bin or with the utensils. Oh, here's a heavy, very heavy piece of brass. It's obviously supposed to look like a house, but I don't know what its purpose is. I think it's just an ornament, a bookend. It's not really that high. Paperweight. It's a decent lump of brass. It's been well polished. It's got the remainder of the polish in all the crevices. Can't see any writing on it as far as where it was made or anything. I think that's quite old. What a decent chunk. We'll weigh that later and see what it's worth just as scrap, but I think we'll get better as a novelty item. A little stand that something went in. Don't know. There's lots of bits and pieces in here. A brass lid off something. I don't think we have anything that needs a lid. A serviette ring, that's just an aluminium one that can probably just go in the scrap. And some numbers. Number 29, number 26, number 92, number 62. Is that all the combinations? Someone had $6 on that. They're brass, they're pressed brass, but they'll sell okay. Oh, now I hope these, there's quite a few of these. They've obviously been ripped off a wall. There's still plaster connected to that one. So they were little towel rails, I think. Well, they're both the right-hand end. But there's more in here. That one's a left-hand end. So little towel rail brackets. We'll probably sell them in one lot. They look like they'll be brass. There's a whole heap of them. Maybe I'll sell them in pairs. I think that's all. Alright, we have another serviette ring here, EPNS with a rooster. I don't know that we're going to get much for that, maybe in the 50 cents pile. Oh, there's another one, so we've got a pair. Alright, we should get $5 for the pair. And there's a serviette ring with the souvenir of, can't read that, I'll put a photo up. So silver plate souvenir one, we might get 5 for that. That's a little grater. Is it a grater? So for some reason nutmeg's coming to mind. Don't know. Little kitchen appliance. And we have a adjustable measure. So instead of having 5 or 6 different size scoops, you've got one that you can adjust. Don't think I've seen one of those before. Feels pretty flimsy. Yeah, it's a measuring, it's got a US patent number, but it's an adjustable cooking measure. Put it in the 50 cent lot, someone might grab it. That one, we might get $5, being wooden handle, vintage kitchenalia. This little fellow is a something holder. It looks like it's got a magnet there. I'll try my file against it. Yeah, it's definitely a magnet. So he holds something, don't know what. Unusual. Here we have a vintage whisk. Looks like it's made out of fencing wire. That's very strong, but we might just put that in a 50-cent utensil box. English made, I'm guessing just an ashtray. I think it's glass, and I think it's almost black glass. I can't quite see through it holding it up to the light. We might get 5. People do still buy ashtrays. Alright, we get to the bottom of it. There's a mirror that is been moisture damaged. I don't think there's much value there. We might clean it up. We might get 5. A silver plated salt shaker, and as with the old salt shakers, they corroded because salt is quite corrosive. That's just going to go in the brass scrap, not worth trying to clean. Oh, a brass elephant. It looks like he went on some sort of stand. Did we have a stand for the elephant? Don't know. I'll have to check that out. It's quite heavy, so that will sell. Another elephant, and that looked like that had something attached to it. So it was maybe a doorstop or a bookend, but it's very light. It's not, well, it's heavy enough for its size, but it's not strong enough to hold up books on its own. It obviously needs a base. And that's a bottle opener. It looks like a an antelope or something along that lines. One of the antelope family. Interesting bottle opener. It's brass. That's another elephant, the same as the first one, with the palm trees. They're the same orientation, but they've got holes in the bottom, so they're all holes right around. They were attached to something, but I don't know what. And a horse. This one I think is cast brass, just judging by a little bit of verdigris there. But yeah, it's not magnetic, so it's heavy enough to be cast iron, but that one's cast brass. And again, I'm not sure what that was for. A large ornamental key, and that's out of brass. It's solid brass, it's quite heavy. And an even larger ornamental key, and that one's solid as well. They will sell very well. Are they actually? Oh, that's actually a bottle opener. Is the other one? No. Oh, okay, that's a corkscrew. Maybe they're a set then. Corkscrew and bottle opener. Different patterns on them though. So I don't think they were a set. I just think they're a similar type of novelty. What's this? A carving fork? Oh, it is. So you carve the meat and you use that to get the meat off the fork. I'm guessing. Never seen one before. How unusual. It's made in Japan, stainless steel. A carving fork with a automatic extraction mechanism. Okay. What's down the bottom here? Here we have looks like a letter opener. It's a large kind of sword. It's probably part of a set. I can't read what was on there. So not a lot of value there. We might get 5 if people collect letter openers. I was going to say a stork, but it's not. And it's not really a kookaburra. The beak's too long. Not sure. Kingfisher? No, they're more like a kookaburra. Anyway, it's got a little donger on it. And does that actually ring? No. Maybe it had a bell with it somehow. Not sure. It's a bit weird. Okay, a few small bits in here still. We have another serviette ring. Oh, that matches another one, so we'll probably get 5 the pair. And another one of those, and that one's badly bent. That's a towel rail bracket. So some might end up in the scrap. We'll have to appraise those. Another egg ring there, aluminium. A couple of skewers, a peeler, not really any value there. the top off something that's still got the cork in it that's quite heavy, possibly brass. And the last thing I've been going around in this box is a yacht, a brass yacht. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure what its purpose is. Someone screwed it to a piece of checker plate, which I think is aluminium checker plate. So nothing's magnetic, but it's quite a nice yacht. I don't think the checker plate does it any favours. It would be much better screwed to a nice piece of wood. Perhaps that might be worth doing, because the checker plate won't even sit flat with the one screw in the bottom unless you put feet on it. Yeah, I'd say that's probably 1950s or so. I've seen Art Deco style yacht ornaments from the 40s and 50s. Might be earlier. It's solid brass. And it looks like the sail swings around nicely. How unusual. Alright, I'm sure I've never seen this stuff before. It probably has never been unboxed by me. I've just picked the whole box up and put it in storage. And we finally got to go through it. The box is only going to be torn up for recycling. It's a bit average. A lot of treasure here to go through. I wonder how much money it'll work out to be. So I guess if we're talking prices on all these treasures, we need to look at the notepad. I've been through, I've done a bit of research. I'll tell you a little bit about a few of them that I've discovered in a second. Let's look at the notepad. We've got 2 pages. I didn't put a total on this first page, but if you want to see what I've priced things at, I did adjust a few. You can freeze it and have a look. And if we go to the second page, you can see our total just cleared $600, $5 for the scrap brass bit, so $610 potential return. That's a really good box. It's a better box than the last big box of tins we had. So some really good value, some really good treasures. This was a real multicultural selection. There's stuff from all around the world. I'll put the camera in the tripod and we'll just pick out a couple of things and have a quick chat. Okay, I'll just go through a few things I've discovered. This little fellow is a holder. He's a holder for a bottle opener, and it was supposed to be apparently a bottle opener that just stuck to the magnet, that it was like in the shape of a guitar or a banjo. So just a novelties, mid-century, Japanese-made probably, bottle opener holder. So rather quirky. Just a note on AI, I use it for identifying and helping with a lot of things. You do have to be careful though, because I know this is a carving fork for extracting the meat off it. The first photo I thought was a good photo, and AI told me it was a bullet mold. And then I took another photo from a slightly different angle, and AI was absolutely convinced it was a tool for glass blowing. So you do have to be a bit careful. The trouble with AI is that when it comes up with something, it's very convincing. So don't believe everything you read. So yes, that is for carving. That is a nutmeg grater. These little towel rail thingos I've just grouped, $5 per pair, but there was an odd one. I've just put that in the scrap brass. It was pretty bent. This thing, AI told me it was a coal scuttle, and I said, no, it's too small. And then it said, oh, you're right, it's a miniature ornamental coal scuttle. So I didn't believe that either. This box I tried to clean up. Unfortunately, the paint was very brittle. It just basically disintegrated. It's not bad on the sides. I just put $5 on that one. It's actually got a rust hole in it as well. This heavy brass piece was a doorstop, but I couldn't get much further information on it. It weighs 1.4 kilos, so that's about $14 maybe for brass. So I put 25 on that. This piece I didn't know anything about initially, and I didn't even twig that that's the Star of David in the middle. It's a Jewish festival candelabra, I think used for the Hanukkah, is it? I'm not up with any of this Middle Eastern stuff or any religious stuff at all for that matter. And the writing there is Hebrew, and I think it said something like, I can't remember now, I think it said these candles are holy or something like that. So interesting piece. Like I said, we've got stuff from all over the world here. This pewter flask, the top actually went with it. I didn't recognise that at the time. It's Russian. No, not Russian. It's Swiss. It is a cathedral. and I did put the mark underneath, and it told me that it was pewter in not English. What else did we find? There were some Russian things. Oh, these little lead tanks were apparently Russian tanks. And also, oh, this item in here. It's I can't remember the word now. It has got a name. Did I write it down? Ah, yes, it's now I won't get this right. Podstacanic, something like that. It's a glass tea holder for drinking tea from a glass, but you obviously need this to stop burning your fingers on the hot glass. And the dates on here and the figure there is Lenin, and that was celebrating 100 years of his death, centenary in 1970. So apparently they are quite sought after, but I couldn't find any really big prices on it. I think I put $20 on it, but that's a Russian piece. What else was there? I think we've kind of covered most things. This little bird has a hole through its beak, and it was supposed to have a little bell hanging off there. The bell's missing, so it is just like a dinner bell. I didn't really identify the bird. It looks like it's a combination of features from all sorts of different birds. And I think because it was incomplete, I think I put $10 on that. Various elephants are obviously part of something else that was mounted on something, I don't know what. The other ones with the palm trees, I think, went on the front of fireboxes or something like that. Yeah, so I think we've been through everything. A really interesting mix. Stuff from all over the world. As I said, these were Daydream Island souvenirs. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun discovering treasures, and it's even better when you own them and you didn't even know you owned them. I'm sure I had never unpacked this box. I'm pretty sure it came from a shed. As it was, someone else had packed it up and I just moved it as part of the clearing out job. So yeah, I've never seen any of this before in my life. Now, our total with $610, our total is now getting close to 31,000. I think it's 30,700 or something. So good, really good total. It's building all the time. When we get boxes that are $500 or $600 a go, it's going to keep flying up there. The best thing in this box was the yacht. I'm not going to change the base. If I had time, I would probably put it on a nice timber base. I checked out the prices of these. There was one went through auction earlier this year or late last year in Melbourne. I think it made about $330. It was estimated between $300 and $500, so they're obviously quite sought after. That had a timber base. It was a nicer base than this one, and this one's had a little bit of damage, but it's complete otherwise, and I valued that at just $100. I think given the one I saw at auction sold, I couldn't find any on eBay. I think that should be snapped up and someone will probably make a nice base for it. Very Art Deco, certainly 1940s or 50s. So nice piece, that's the best piece. What was your favourite piece out of this box? There's lots of interesting stuff. I'm a bit of a retro fan. I kind of like the willow flower sifter because it's in such good condition. I like the elephants. Yeah, it's all really cool stuff. It'll look great in the shop. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.